Hello Premium Hunters, it's Andrew back to give you more, better options. I've been trading options for over 25 years and I'm consistently generating at least $5,000 per week. Yes, that's per week, not per month, in profits from my options trading. On this channel, I pull back the curtain to show you exactly what I do and how I do it. Each week, I will be posting an update of my options trades. If you watched last week's video for week 1, you can always go back and watch it if you haven't, but I showed you that I made $6,154 in the first week of 2025, and that was with only 2 trading days because January 1st is a holiday and the market's not open. So it's pretty good for week 1, but how did I do in week 2? Did I do better or did I do worse? Well, you're going to have to watch to find out. I'll show you at the end of this video, but if you'd like to learn more about how I trade and learn more about the strategies, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so that you can be updated as I release more videos during my trading journey. My goal is to bring you better options. So what to expect? Here's the format I use for my update videos. First, I cover all of my new trades for the week. So this is going to be covering the new trades for week 2 of 2025, second week of January. I cover the number of trades that I've opened, the strategy, and the overall goal of each trade. Then I go over my closed trades. So that's where I'm going to, I'll identify the strategy for the trade, the overall goal for the trade, the profit and the loss for each trade, and a performance analysis for each trade. I'll do an overall performance analysis for the week. How's my performance for the week? How did it compare to the previous week? Am I doing better or am I doing worse? And then finally, I'll share any insights I've gained from this analysis. Just a reminder that I will be releasing future videos to cover all of the strategies that I discuss in these weekly update videos. And those will show you the details behind the trades. And I will include a step-by-step guide to how to execute those trades. So if you are interested, make sure to like and subscribe. But for now, let's just go ahead and jump into this week's analysis. So again, these are the new trades for week 2 from January 6th to January 10th. I had a total of 11 trades, and that's quite a few, which could take some time to go through. So for the sake of time, I'm going to go through them fairly quickly. So let's get started with the first trade. It was Planeteer. This is a weekly wheel, which is based on the Wheel of Fortune strategy. And if you want to learn more about that strategy, I've just posted a video to describe how that works, which is linked in the description. So be sure to check that one out. But this was a level 2 put with a strike of 72. And I'll either take a 50% profit or I'll take assignment, meaning that if the stock ends up falling below my strike of 72, I will end up buying the stock at 72. Next was another weekly wheel in Amazon. The strike was 222.50, and I have the same profit target and exit strategy. Next, we have a level 1 weekly wheel in Planeteer. I was assigned the shares in the stock from a series of cash secured puts I sold previously. So now I'm selling calls against those shares with the profit target and exit strategy being the same. The strike price here is 74. Next, I sold covered calls in Baidu. This is a trade that was originally opened in November of last year, and it was originally a put ratio spread. The trade went against me and I ended up getting assigned the stock, so now I'm generating income by selling calls against those shares until the shares get called away. The time frame for these is about 45 days, anywhere from 30 to 60 days, since that was the time frame for the original put ratio spread. and the strike is 95. Next is another weekly wheel in Google. I'm selling the 190 puts, and notice that I don't specify a level for this one, and that's because I have not been assigned the stock yet. So as long as my puts don't get assigned, I prefer just to keep things simple. We have another trade in Planeteer. This is a level 1 call, and this means that I've already closed and taken a profit on the calls that I sold at 74. So you see this trade that I did here. I sold some calls at 74. I'm doing it again at 68. And this is because this one was closed out and I took my profit. And you'll see that later when I go through my closed trades. Then we have some level 1 calls on Amazon being sold at the same strike price as the level 2 puts. Whoops, let me go back. Yes, these being sold at the same level, same strike price as these puts that I sold here. So I've got some calls and some puts being sold at the same price. All right, so here's another covered call in Baidu at the same 95 strike. And the fact that you're seeing this trade, you've seen the same trade before, is an indication that I closed that other trade out. Remember this one here, Baidu, the covered call at 95? Well, you're seeing that same trade again, meaning the first one was already closed out, so I took my profit on that, and I'm trying to generate some more profit on some more calls, or I'll get called out. And it's always nice to take those quick profits. So here's where I get assigned more shares of Planeteer at level 2. I was previously assigned shares at 82, which was level 1, and now I own more shares at 78. Interestingly, my cost basis on the level 1 shares is $70.94, which is well below my cost basis on the level 2 shares, which is $76.40, even though I was assigned at a higher price. That just goes to show the power of doing these consistently. However, as of the close on Friday, the price of Planeteer is now $67.26, but was as low as $65. It has dropped from a high of about $84 down to $65 in about 2.5 weeks. As I mentioned last week, Planeteer is a more volatile stock, which is why I trade it more conservatively. And it's for that reason that I won't be selling more puts to open a level 3. I will just keep selling calls on the shares that I have until some of them get called away. All right, so here is the level 2 calls that I sold on Planeteer. I sold them at the 77 strike. And finally, I opened a 1-1-2 strategy trade on the S&P 500 futures. Because these options are on futures contracts, which are leverage trading vehicles, they can generate some very fat profits. I'm opening this trade to replace the one that I closed, which you'll see in the close section of this update. These trades have no risk to the upside, meaning that no matter how high the S&P 500 goes, I can't lose money. However, there is also a range on the downside where I can make significantly more than if the S&P 500 goes up. That's called the trap, and as the trade approaches expiration, I assess to see where we are in relation to that max profit zone. Again, I'll be releasing more videos to explain about these trades and how to execute them in the future. All right, so those were the trades open for week 2. Now let's get into the closed trades for week 2. I closed a total of 6 trades, same as week 1. And all 6 trades were profitable, same as week 1. So that's 100% win rate again. And of course, no losing trades. So let's get into those trades. All right, so the first trade was a level 1 call for Planeteer that I closed for a $320.25 profit. I had that open for 3 days. That means I had a profit per day of $106.75 with a 1.4% return on capital and a 165.5% annual return on capital. Second trade was in Amazon, which was also a weekly wheel. It was a level 2 put with a $400.50 profit. Had that open for 3 days, $133.50 per day, and you can see the ROC and annual ROC. Next was another Planeteer trade. It was another level 1 call. I had that open for for 1 day, but it generated $155.24 with a 0.7% ROC and a 262.3% annual ROC. Another Amazon weekly wheel. This was a call, level 1. Closed that out for $1,060.49. Had that open for 1 week. Generated $151.50 per day. And you can see the ROC and annual ROC for that one. Next is the Baidu covered call trade that I opened in the open trade section. This closed for $139.50, was open for 3 days. And then finally, the 112 trade that I opened on the S&P 500 futures. I made $6,469.56 in profit on that trade. Had that open for 29 days, and you can see the rest of the data there. And just so you know, I include my commissions and trading costs in these profit and losses, so those are factored in. This is how much profit I made after I pay those fees. So overall, let's take a look at the totals for the week. The week generated $9,251.28 with an average number of days in the trades is 8 days. The average profit per day was $113.18. The average return on capital was 3.4% with an average annual return on capital at 124.9%. All right, so let's see how that compared to week 1. If you recall, in week 1, we generated $6,154. Week 2, we generated $9,251 for a total of $15,405. We're off to a good start in 2025. Week 1 and week 2 both generated profits, and so I'm happy getting started so far in 2025. And so that's it for week 2. Thank you for stopping by to check it out. If you have any questions or comments, please write them in the comments section below. And again, this is just the second weekly update, the third video. The other video is the instructional video on the Wheel of Fortune. So if you want to take a look at that, make sure you check it out. It is linked in the description of this video. But there's a lot more content to come. I'm going to be releasing videos to explain how I do these trades. So if you like what you see so far, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified when more content is uploaded. Take care for now, and I look forward to bringing you more better options in the future. Bye-bye.